I'm Michael Simpson. I'm one of the artists in this year's Arts Council competition, and I'm so pleased to be a part of it. I'm so pleased to have this piece in particular. It's one that I really value and one that is sort of hard one to make, but I'm so pleased. I worked on this piece for almost 2 years, so you can understand my pride in having the piece in this exhibition. The title of this piece is Just Over a Second, which may seem a little strange when you look at the piece, which is a repetition of 25 still images. And if you can't make it out, the images are of water movement of a whitewater river. The piece is sourced from a video of that whitewater movement. And from that video, which is usually around 3 minutes, I glean it for an interesting portion, which entices me to edit out 1 second of that video. And if you know, most videos have 24, sometimes 30, 60, 120 nowadays, frames per second when you're looking at a video. In this case, I use the 24 frames per second, but this piece has actually 25 frames, or an extra frame per second. So that's why it's called Just Over a Second. It's interesting to think why this piece came about. Essentially, I was loaned a video camera, quite frankly, by mistake. I was supposed to get a digital camera. Instead, I got a video camera. And I routinely go down to this river site that I really love to go to. It's a wilderness area. It's gorgeous, natural, it's beautiful. It's a good hiking trail, camping trail. It's all those things. But at that, I took that video camera, not really knowing which end to shoot, and took 30 minutes of video. Well, I had been using a still camera, which would give me 72 shots if I used 2 rolls of film. Well, I started to do the math. Now, if I'm doing 30 minutes of video, and each minute is 60 seconds, okay? The numbers get astounding. Then if you take that down to how many seconds you got to choose from in that video, it's astounding. Well, I very quickly went to 3 minutes of video and chose my 1 second from the 3 minutes. And that's how these sort of come about in terms of the images that you see. Now, the process is, I tried to keep it really simple. I simply wanted it to be about that water movement. And so I just used wood, which seemed appropriate from the place that it came from. And also I used graphite, just pencil, to keep it clean, clear, and simple, just about that 1 second of motion that I saw. And actually, when I think about it, I'm not even sure I really saw it. If you think about driving down the highway and capturing every piece of movement that's in your vision, you don't. And the same is with this. You can't see all of this. And of course, I've done some reading, and they even suggest that we have this delay when we look at something in motion. I think it's called persistence of memory. So it's how we really do see motion pictures, but at the same time, we miss pieces and parts of things because of this little delay that goes on. So in a way, this view of a river, and if you will, the river of life, if you want to take it to that metaphor, is about what we can see and what we experience when we see something in motion. And that's what this is how these pieces come about. And for me, they really are about this idea of how do we experience life? What do we see? What do we miss? It sometimes is a little scary, and other times it's so enlightening. I'm also working on other pieces, which would be investigating, shall we say, just one frame that you might see behind me here, and using that in circular paintings. Part of the thing about being there, watching the water, watching all the vegetation around, is it's a kind of a spiritual experience. It takes you away from the modern day reality and all the pressures, and all of a sudden you're just dealing with what is, what's there, and you're just being there, which is, by the way, the title of that series. If you're interested in seeing more of my work, I do have a website. It's jmichaelsimpson.com, Springer Eye Studio Gallery. So any one of those things, J. Michael Simpson or Studio Gallery, it will bring up the website, and you can see some work that I have done recently as well as things that I have done in the past. I also have, I'm on Instagram, J. Michael Simpson or FA_FO107 would also get you to see some of my current activities, both with the Springer Art Gallery and also with my own. If you're really interested in the work, I hope you come to, I should say the show, I hope you do come to the exhibition reception. I will be here and certainly would be welcome any questions about my work. Thank you so much.